What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you guys a quick morning market update as Bitcoin is now testing the highs of its local range, which basically is the decision-making moment. Are we going to finally break out of the highs of this range, or are we just going to get rejected and reverse right back down to the bottom of the range to continue the 20 days of boring sideways price action we've had on Bitcoin? Now, if you guys saw my market update yesterday, you will know we talked about the possibilities of a short squeeze incoming, and there are some other potential things we need to keep an eye out for if the bullish case is to play out here. Obviously, we want to be prepared in either direction. Now, we do still have those bearish signals on the higher time frames, so the technicals do somewhat still point a little bit more towards a move to the downside before our next leg up, but it's not impossible to just push through these highs. So on top of that short squeeze potentially incoming, there is also some other things popping up here, aka Bitcoin may want to follow in Ethereum's footsteps as Ethereum continues to pump just a little bit, but Ethereum is starting to flip some interesting levels of support that may open up the door to higher prices, potentially even making it up to $2,000. So I want to go ahead and cover those things as well because we touched on them yesterday and we are starting to see things line up. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these urgent market updates or awesome tutorials that we upload to the channel. So, guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart, and obviously this is that sideways range we have brutally just been trading inside of. However, if you look here, guys, there are some things that could be indicating a move to the upside. However, I do want you guys to remember that we do have the VWAPs on the weekly, the 6-day, the 5-day. You can see this VWAP rolling over on almost all of these time frames, indicating a potential cool off. We are also overbought on a lot of these time frames. Your 4-day VWAP and red dot are printing here. Your 3-day red dot is printing this bearish divergence with our higher highs on price and lower highs on our momentum waves, which is typically a bearish signal. And we also have money flow starting to come out just a little bit here on the 2-day and that 3-day. And then we did confirm that red dot on the 2-day yesterday. So these are definitely warning signs for a potential pullback. So I don't want to distract anybody from these. However, we have to be prepared in either direction. I am in a long and a short position currently right now. So basically all I'm waiting for is price to break in one direction or the other, and I'm going to make money either way. However, if we come down to some of these lower time frames, guys, you could see looking at the daily, you'll remember in yesterday's market update, we talked about how Ethereum has been leading Bitcoin on these signals on the indicators. And yesterday, Ethereum was getting that green dot as it was pumping. And we were kind of looking at that like saying, hey, is Ethereum going to kind of lead the way for Bitcoin here? And then Bitcoin is going to follow suit. Something you want to realize here is later in the day yesterday, we actually wound up having Bitcoin doing just that by coming up with the VWAP and printing a green dot on the daily, again, following in Ethereum's footsteps. And Ethereum, as you guys know, did break out of its local range. So are we going to see the same thing here for Bitcoin, especially with the short squeeze potentially incoming that we took a look at yesterday, showing that Bitcoin was being bought on spot as the futures traders were continuing to short it. And when that happens and you have a divergence between the spot CVD and the futures CVD, sometimes that can cause a squeeze to the upside. So we have that working for the bulls, as well as the fact that Ethereum's breaking out, and it does look like with this green dot that Bitcoin may want to follow suit. Now, coming down to some of the lower time frames, I'm going to bring some of these levels up for you guys. Now, our levels do basically remain the same. As you know, we've basically been trading in this range between about, 29K at the very, very top, between 29K and 27.4, just kind of bing-bonging around in this range. And as you can see, we are now stuck at the highs of our range right here. So are we going to break out, flip this to support, and then get a move up? Or are we just going to kind of bing-bong back down to the bottom of the range and continue this boring price action? Now, again, because of the things I just went over, I do think there is some kind of a possibility to get a break to the upside. However, although we do have those bullish puzzle pieces, guys, we have the VWAP on the 4-hour cooling off with money flow coming out. Your 2-hour money flow is also rolling out to the downside. We do have a 1 hour green dot, so this will likely give us some insight into if we are going to get a push up here. However, I would be very careful of some bearish divergences forming if that does happen. It may just be a fake out before a drop back into our range. So I would say that the technicals still lean towards coming down before going up. However, you do just want to keep in mind that Ethereum may start leading the charge. And as I mentioned Ethereum, let's go ahead and take a look at the Ethereum chart because this is where the real action is. Bitcoin, again, is just kind of hitting its head on that ceiling, but Ethereum is absolutely making moves here. As you guys know, in yesterday's video, we were looking at this level of resistance at about 1885. We came right up into this level, flying through this low volume gap. We started banging our head here, but we have now broken out of that level. I know it may be hard for you guys to see, but we have now broken out of that level, and that is a very, very interesting thing for one single reason, and that is, again, if you remember from yesterday's market update, you will know we were looking at this little volume gap right here, saying if we could get above this high volume node, flip it to support, that could potentially open up the door to this low volume gap so we can get a quick move up to, again, that $2,000 level. And it does seem that Ethereum is pushing up. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if we do get a little bit of a cool off here, as you know, similar to Bitcoin. We have that 3-hour red dot confirmed. 4-hour red dot is about to print. However, just the single fact that we got above this level is a pretty bullish sign, in my opinion. If we can come up and potentially just cool off a little bit, hold this level as support, all we would really need to do is continue to hold support here, and we may fly up through that low volume gap, getting up to that $2,000 level. So that is going to be the next major level of resistance I'm watching for Ethereum. And again, the fact that we are breaking out of our last level of resistance would be a very good sign, because the further up we break, the closer we get to breaking into that low volume gap right here. And you guys know those low volume gaps can cause some pretty volatile moves to the upside or the downside. So guys, I just wanted to give you that quick market update. A little bit quicker on this one because Bitcoin, again, is just sitting there. And at this point, I would say the technicals are still calling for more downside. However, with Ethereum ripping, we cannot completely ignore the fact that Ethereum could drag Bitcoin up, especially because we saw the stuff we were looking at in yesterday's video with that short squeeze potentially incoming. But as you guys know, on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, we are prepared in either direction. And like I said, because of the way we trade on this channel, I am in a long and a short position. My long position is way in profit, so if we come back down, I will just be looking to add more to that position, and my short position is just at about break even. So if we come up, I'll get stopped out at a small loss, and if we come down, I will just start getting paid out on that short. And with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's market update. Let's hope for, I don't care if it breaks up or breaks down. Let's just hope for some saucy price action today. I'm bored of these ranges. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go. At the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah.